Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, first of all, welcome to the party. No invite needed. We are always talking about data, lifestyle, and laughs. Today we're switching up a little bit because it is intern season and it is also almost Leo season, okay? Specifically, if you are interning in a finance role, this summer, you're going into your senior year, this is definitely the video for you. But if you're not in that industry, these tips can still apply to all interns, in my opinion. Actually, easier for them to hire interns than it is to go outside and hire other people. So think of it as you actually giving them a gift, okay? And we want to make that gift beautifully packaged and secure the bag. You're gonna need to follow these 10 tips. Tip number 1 is do your job. Seems like something that is so simple, but honestly I think sometimes a lot of people can get caught up in the hype and networking and just other things and genuinely forget to do their job. This is unnegotiable. These are the things you have to do. Do your job, be on time, right? Pay attention to detail. I'm not even gonna lie, this is one of the things that I am definitely working on, needing to improve upon, but this is the bare minimum you should be doing. Tip number 2 is to network, okay? It's not about what you know, it's about who you know and who knows you. But I think the best way to think about it is I genuinely enjoy meeting people, hearing their stories and learning about them, where they come from, all that good stuff. Why you should network is because number 1, you want to know the people that you're working with. If you want to come on this team full time, they're not only interviewing you low-key, you're interviewing them. The other thing that networking provides you with is I want to say visibility, but not in a way in which I'm just talking to people, they get popular. Just in the sense that you don't want to get to the end of your internship and they're talking about you in a performance review and the only person that knows you is your manager. Some tips that I have is number 1, you can Google some questions to ask people. People love talking about themselves, so it shouldn't be hard once you get a few questions rolling. If you are an introvert and you are in person, this would definitely be easier. Is you can actually just grab one of your friends, be like, hey, would you want to come talk to so-and-so with me? And obviously don't just show up with the two of you, not telling the other person, because that's definitely a catfish. You gotta tell the other person, ask them, most likely they'll say yes, but that way it's easier. Tip number 3 is to ask for feedback. Do not, I repeat, do not wait until last minute to ask for feedback. If you're at the performance review and they're like, oh yeah, we really wish you had asked more questions in the meeting, really wish you'd done this, there's literally no time for you to fix it. It's already done, it's set in stone. But if you're asking for feedback in the beginning, the middle, and the end, you have time to improve upon that. Even better than getting it midway through is to ask for it on an incremental basis. After week 1, or maybe even 2 weeks, I was like, hey, how do you think I'm performing this internship? What could I be doing better? What am I not doing? And they told me, you could be doing this, you could be doing that, da da da. And so if I had not known that, it would have taken me until week 5, until they came to me and asked, rather than me being proactive and saying hey, what can I do better? And when I was going to those feedback meetings, if they asked me oh, what do you think? Oh, this is what I've noted. And number 1, that shows that you're self-aware. Number 2, it's just good for you personally to know where you can improve upon, what you're doing well, so you can hype yourself up. If you're asking for feedback and you're kind of getting vague answers yeah, that's really good, that's great, it's awesome, and you want more specific, intentional feedback, say, hey, I got this outside news from this source, I added it in at this point in the presentation, what do you think about how this fits in here? That way you already teed up the ball. They can just come and serve the pitch. I don't watch baseball, but they can pretty much just come in and give you specific feedback and answer your questions. That way it's more meaningful and you get more constructive things you can actually fix. Really want to get to a point where it's just ingrained in the vibes. It can be scary, but think of it as a gift, right? You're getting it ahead of time so that later you're saving yourself the trouble, and it's just great. Tip number 4 is probably my favorite because I just already have it. And that is have a positive attitude. I'm not telling you to go in there and be oh my god, hi, and be best friends with everyone. No, just for the most part, come in with a positive attitude, a smile on your face. Never underestimate the power of kindness and the power of a smile. I will tell you right now, I was never the smartest person in my intern group. I'm probably in a room of 15 people. I'm probably not the smartest person, and that is totally fine. If you are, props to you, that's amazing. But the fact that I have a positive attitude and that I'm a kind person, not for some end goal. That's just the way I was made. I think has definitely helped me move and progress forward in places. It's just a good thing. Like, just be nice, okay? It's free 99. The world needs more nice people. Tip number 5 is to be proactive. We already kind of touched on this a little bit. And when I say be proactive, that can come in different forms. It can come in your feedback, your communication. If you notice in your meetings that every time someone taking notes, right? Or if you're on a call, this happened to me one time. I was on a call with an analyst and we were talking and she was really pretty much driving the conversation, but the other guy was saying like some important things. So she didn't tell me to take notes, but I was like, oh, these are some notes that I took that I thought were really important points in case like you just didn't catch them. And she was like, oh my God, like, thank you so much. This was so helpful. And so no one told me to take notes, but I, being proactive, was like, hey, it would be helpful if I took notes of this call. So just doing things that people don't ask you, number one, shows that you have initiative, that you're motivated, you want to be there and you want to help them progress. And then the other thing is that it's showing that you're already moving at another level. No one told the intern to take notes, but I'm moving at the analyst level because I'm ready to be an analyst. I'm not saying like I was ready then, but I'm anticipating what the work is going to be like as an analyst. So when they bring you back, they know, okay, this person can handle the analyst responsibilities. I'm talking internship to full time, internship to full time. Love.